or something better. But the fact that he's making a come up, I'm rolling with it.
You have to give me some dude white.
I have to say this. I think as a whole the celebrations have been
tame.
They've been tame.
Yeah.
I thought they would be better when they started making celebrations happen, but they're all pretty corny.
I want to ask you this. I'm glad you're here. So what I've learned about the celebrations, I'm seeing a lot of team photos. Are guys sometimes too tired to actually be doing all of that? Because I will be.
No, man. I'm like, no, that's like the turn up time right
Sure,
there.
okay.
Yeah, I'm like,
not only on scores,
but you know what, big fellas, we don't get a chance to like relish in that. So I would love to have the opportunity to participate in stuff like that. The small guys, they get so many opportunities, but these guys got to be more creative.
That's what I'm saying.
Like last year, there was a lot of like celebrations. Like, okay, all right, y'all put some work into that.
Mm-hmm.
This year, it's just all about everybody just take a picture.
Right.
Like, come on, fellas.
And Khalil Mack doing LeBron to get down.
Yeah,
Khalil Mack has a lot of opportunities. You got to come up with some more new ones because he's been getting a strip sack every single game. All right, Celtics head coach Brad Stevens, after 3 preseason games, had this to say, quote, "I couldn't be more unimpressed after our first 3 preseason games. We got a lot of work to do. That's pretty clear." Jalen Rose, does he mean this?
He means it.
Does he really mean this?
Yeah, he does.
He's upset with his team's performance after 3 preseason games.
Well, I actually watched him play a couple of those games, not the entire game, just some clips. And the one thing I noticed about their team is he's going to have a juggling act to keep everybody happy.
They're deep.
Like, they made the conference finals without their starting backcourt, and then the 2 people that was playing in their place, Rozier became a household name, Scary Terry, and then they re-signed Marcus Smart. So those guys ain't going to all of a sudden just be happy playing 10, 12 minutes a game. So he going to need them to play faster and more efficient.
So, D-Wood, can you have unhappy players on a winning team? Like, well, let's say like, they're going to play well. They got the Eastern Conference competition. They're going to get wins. But do you think there'll be a bubbling underneath the surface of people being unhappy even though they're getting wins?
I think so, because I think like basketball and football are different. I think football is more of like a team game, but basketball, you're talking about individuals, and these cats, they want their shine out there. And like you said, Jalen, the fact that these guys that weren't really depended upon last year towards the end of the season, they start shining. They're not going to want to be relegated to a different role. They're going to want to get their points. They're going to want to be out there in front. So I don't know how the Boston Celtics are going to be able to juggle
It is a little different because they hand you a stat sheet. You know what I mean? So at the end of the game, they hand you a stat sheet. You look down at that, and they quantify your performance. They say, this is how many assists and points and rebounds. Not just that, this is how many minutes you played. And that's different than football. It's a little bit more of a team thing where it's like, what's the score when the scoreboard did win? Whereas they don't hand out a stat sheet saying this is how many minutes you played. It doesn't really translate like that.
And also in basketball, the things that you're able to do well, you're able to do them regardless of the score. So what ends up happening is if you drop a play for Kyrie Irving to take the last shot and he miss, everybody else going to be in the car with their family. Like, he should have gave the ball to me.
Right.
So that is going to be more of a dynamic that they have to try to figure out as well.
I also feel like it's an expectations thing because the Celtics are expected to win the Eastern Conference. They're expected to somewhat pretty easily be the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, so he's going to say he's not happy. Whereas if you are Luke Walton with the Lakers, you can focus more on the positive because the expectations aren't up here. You know what I mean? I think he's just kind of managing expectations a little bit. Also, like, Kyrie Irving needs a haircut. That's another thing I was watching the Celtics. Another thing with watching the Celtics, I was just like, Kyrie Irving needs a haircut for sure. Who do you think threatens the Celtics in the Eastern Conference, D-Wood?
I would say I think Toronto. I think Toronto's the team. You know, obviously they were the number 1 seed last year. You bring Kawhi into the mix. Kawhi, to me, when he's healthy, is a top 3 player in the league. So that's the only team I see. But to me, the Celtics are just too deep. They running like 8, 9.
Yeah, they 10 deep.
Yeah, somehow Jalen made it a problem. Jalen's like, the biggest problem they have is they got too many good players.
Correct.
Like seriously, like you're talking about.
You got to manage that. That's something to manage. Where the other team, I'm gonna say, is Philly, where they won't have to manage that because we know who their guys are. Embiid, Simmons, hopefully get something from Fultz.
I want to thank D Wood for coming by.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Always
Make sure everyone watches
Damian
Woody wherever he appears on ESPN and subscribe to our podcast. We'll be back tomorrow.
You got to give the people.